Alright, so here we go for anyone trying to do some of these drills. So the first one's just a warm up. You know, for these you're gonna do about like a minute for each one. The first one is just good movement and just hitting every shot, just kind of getting used to it. Let me turn the audio down a little bit. Just getting used to everything, kind of just, you know, not trying to miss too many shots. You're just getting warmed up, getting used to the game. This one doesn't really take that long, not too super important. For anyone who's working on horizontal crosshair movement, you just kind of come here and you just move your crosshair through the bot's heads, right? We're just working at high head level stuff. I'm not doing this for the full minute because, you know, I'm just doing this to show you guys, but as you can see, like after you kind of get it down, you can just kind of like flick to the farthest bots left, farthest bot right, and you just kind of work on. Even though when you're moving your mouse a lot, you're just keeping it at that very head level. You don't want to move all the way across, and all of a sudden your crosshair's way down here, right, or way up here. You want it to be like about head level. Yeah, you're gonna be adjusting a little bit. You know, like I'm not gonna always be perfect, right? It's gonna be a little bit of adjustment, but trying to keep that crosshair horizontal. And there's two different ramps. You can do this one or this one. I prefer this one over here, but really you're just like working on your micro adjustments, right? Like sometimes your head is a little bit higher, a little bit lower, or your opponent's head, I should say. Or you even, I guess you could be looking down. So you're just kind of working on going up and down these stairs and just micro adjusting. It's kind of like the warm-up one, but more so just for the micro adjusts. That's the ramp one. So now there's a few movement drills. You know, Kompeki showed you the one, the dead zoning one. Like that's like level 1. Like once y'all are to kind of like the tracking one where you're shooting in one spot, that would be like the next evolution, I would say. And which I don't want y'all to do is do this, right? What I'm doing, right? See how I'm just going left or right? Like vary up your movements, do some wide swings, like go really far left. You know, do some narrow swings right, go really far right. Like and just work on your movement and your aim kind of working together. And then once you get that down, you can kind of like keep doing it and then do that with a bot near you, right? These bots are a little bit farther than me, but you're working on like, see how I'm kind of like flicking past the bot and then going back type thing? Right, that time I went under flicked, so then you do it from both sides. So that's like level 6. That's like, okay, once I got everything down, my tracking's really good, my movement's really good. All right, let me work on, you know, adding some like real serious movement into it and some tracking, right? It's kind of like a very comprehensive drill, but it's very, very huge for like working on your pre-aiming stuff that we were talking about, or we will talk about. And I'll remember, you know, after you do like 3-4 minutes of this, just get your hand off the mouse, stretch it out. If you feel fine, you can keep going again. But always, always, always keep your hand loose and relax and keep yourself relaxed when you're doing this, when you're aim training, when you're mechanic training, all of this. It's like, do it for the fun of it and the art. Don't try to like force anything. It's not going to work. All right, so let's do the jiggle peak drill. Over here, it's kind of a movement drill. That's why I put it similar to the movement. But basically, you're just working on your pre-aiming and your one-tapping, right? Just being able to like feel confident, like pre-aiming this bot, right? Like I see a lot of people that'll like kind of move their mouse and they'll go way out here, or they'll go like a little bit farther out. Like you want to like have your pre-aim down where you're just like confident that you're never gonna get killed, right? Like there's no way I'm ever dying on this fight, right? You can do it from that left side and then the right side, right? Working on that kind of timing. And then once you get that down, you go to the level 2, which is just working on kind of like different swings in game. So I'd like jiggle, peek them twice, and then swing out and wide swing. That's how I whiffed. Jiggle twice, swing out, wide swing. You do it from both sides, right? So jiggle twice, swing out, wide swing. Okay. So that'd be the jiggle peek drill. A spray control drill if you're having issues with that. Really simple. You just start at head level. You get a bot near a wall. Start at head level, and you pull down. And you want to get those bullets like all about like neck, chest area, just like that. So that looks good. All right, spray is looking good. Once you kind of get like a really good spray, your bullets are all really compact at the right, like that upper chest neck area. Then you kind of move on and you can line up some bots, right? See how like I have like 3 bots lined up. You're not supposed to be working on spray transfers. You want them like pretty relatively lined up. You don't want them too lined up because like if I just see I can just one bullet them, you want them like a little bit off center. And you're just working on kind of like my ability to kill bots when I'm spraying, right? So really good drill for that. Then we got the multi-kill drill, really good drill for speed and just accuracy. And what you're going to do with this, you're going to start on a bot's head. You're going to kill, move, kill. And you're not setting up like, okay, I'm going to kill this one, then this one, then this one. You want it to be like the first target, that's the one I'm going to kill. Second target, that's the one I'm going to kill after I've already killed the first. So your brain is like focused only on that first target. And then once you finish that target, your brain's solely focused on the second target. Once you finish that, solely focused on the third, right? And you add some movement in it, and you vary up your movement, right? You vary up how you're fighting it. Don't always do the same thing, right? Maybe you can do some spraying and stuff. Just switch it up, right? Eliminate 50s are going to be very valuable as well. So you're gonna do start, eliminate 50, depending on if you're using Vandal or Phantom. You're gonna do bot armor on for Vandal, Phantom off. Start. The first one, you're just gonna try to hit every shot. Again, 99.99% accuracy is your goal. And working on some of those movement things that you just did, and just practice, right? Or whatever you just kind of did that day in your routine. Again, you're only gonna do like a few of these per day. Stuff like that. So this one I would go through and I would try to miss as little shots as possible while still going quickly, right? And I go through the 50 again, and this time coming here again, starting here in front of those pillars, right? So you kind of like makes the angle that you're fighting a little bit smaller, and then you do it again for speed now. Right now I'm going for speed. And usually like a score of like minus 50 or below is a pretty good score, right? So that would be the eliminate 50s, and then just after that, if you're like working on your tracking, you can kind of just like track a bot's head, kind of like moving left or right, going really far right, going really far left. It's just you're moving at in-game speed, so your tracking is like syncing up with in-game speed, right? And it's really just about keeping that mouse kind of in that same spot. That one's not super important, but it's also really good. So yeah, thank you so much. Hope you all are enjoying.